Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we are going to talk about the specifics of Venus, the new rider in the first wave of the Eclipse season. It is an offensive rider, and wow, she is a very cool looking rider, probably one of the cooler ones in my opinion. I know what did I say that for Mortis previously? But this is probably a close second or rivaling for second place. Now, we're going to go take a look at the stats. When you go into train, the first thing you'll notice is that the first stat is dragon attack. The next couple, you have to choose between warrior and invoker. And then beyond that, you have to choose again warrior, invoker, and the middle one is basic dragon HP. Then it's rage regeneration, 6.5%. Then again, you're choosing between HP and attack, but it's not specific to a class, which is always nice. And then you can choose another at the end, rage regeneration. So we get, what is that? 14.5% rage regeneration, which is very solid. It's one of the higher ones for riders that are available. And then you can choose what you prefer, if you prefer HP or if you prefer attack. And you can actually mix it up if you would like to. Now, this rider, unfortunately, to get the most out of it, you do have to put it specific to a class, warriors or invokers. Now let's go take a look at the lovely War Dragon Neon to compare the stats. All right, so now we're on the website. This is my go-to Neon War Dragons to compare stats of riders and just to see what I can customize with the rider, because it's much more easy to understand and look at compared to the in-game stats, because you can't really select it and see the result. So you can compare all the different ones here, and we're gonna go down and look at Venus, the new rider, and we'll find that for invokers, now we're selected on the invoker tab, that you can get up to 34% HP, 3% attack, and 14.5% rage. Now that's pretty great. Now, depending on what you're looking for, it might not be the best of the options. If you really want a high amount of rage only, then Zandra would have been a great rider. You would only have 23 HP and 14 attack, but whatever dragon you're using it on really determines which rider you want. Now, for this season's in Mythic Dragons, this rider looks awesome. Specifically, I'm thinking about the Invoker, because all the Invoker's spells deal damage based off of HP. So the more HP your dragon has, the more damage you will deal. But in addition to that, the easier it is for you to survive. You can take more of a hit. Also, 14.5% rage regeneration is the second most, I believe, that we have available. And what I have currently that I could use for Icaros is Hugo. Hugo for HP has 30% HP, 6% attack, and 10% rage regeneration. So it's 4% less HP and 4.5% less rage regeneration. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but because I do have Hugo available to me, I most likely won't be using him on Lockjaw anymore. So I will most likely switch Hugo over to Icaros, because I personally don't care as much about that 4%. It doesn't really make that big a difference for me, but a lot of players really want to have the absolute best, and maybe this is going to be your first Invoker rider, or maybe you just need another one and you don't have the ability to shift a different rider to your new dragon. Venus is a very good rider for Invokers and for Warriors. You don't quite have the potential to get the good stats for other riders, because a couple of the nodes are specific to invokers or warriors, but this high HP and high rage is very beneficial for the vast majority of invokers and really for all warriors. So I really do think that this is a solid rider, one of the better ones that has been made available to us. But remember, it is only available for this season. Once the season ends, you will no longer have access to this rider. And I just shifted over to the Warrior tab. You can see that it has the same stat potential for the Warrior, and compared to the other ones, 34% HP, 14.5% rage, none of them really stacks up quite like it. 34% HP is one of the top anyways, let alone having more rage than any of the other riders have, with the exception of Zandra. makes this rider an exceptional rider to say the least. So if you don't have a rider, if you need a new rider for a warrior or an invoker, this is definitely a great one to get if your season will allow for it. But remember, in order to get all the stats, you do have to 100% complete the branch. So I hope this video was helpful. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.